and welcome back to Late Night Love. I'm Jazz, she's Lovey, and tonight we are sinking into the soft late night space where life gets messy, relationships get confusing, and love asks us at. Oh man,
this is gonna be great.
And love asks whatever that word says, to grow into ways we didn't expect. From partners policing language, to ghosting after months of connection, to the quiet ache of wanting stability in a world that feels allergic to commitment. This episode is about the moments that make us pause and ask, see, I can say it, is this normal or is this a sign? We'll explore the tender, the awkward, the funny, strange, and the deeply human stories that remind us we've all just trying to figure out how to love and be loved without losing ourselves. Even though I've apparently lost the ability to say asks. See, I can say it. What the heck was that all about? The funny thing is, literally just before we hit live, I was talking about, I'm a professional. Then I couldn't get through a sentence. Got tripped up by asks. See, I can say it.
Yes, you can.
Good Lord. Anyway, before we start tonight, we want to remind you, you can find us at latenightLove.us. You can send us your questions, comments, suggestions, etc. to love@latenightLove.us. And you can find us at KUCU916. I think it's .com. We're on the radio station. You can find our schedule on there somewhere. We're supposed to do a promo. We should have done that.
Oh my gosh, we still haven't done that.
No.
Okay, when I get back.
We're terrible about that.
Because then I'll be done with my summer traveling.
Well, I could write us a script and we could do it anytime we sit down out here. It'd take us 30 seconds. Well, a couple minutes. We could have done it while we were BSing before the show, but no.
Well, go ahead and write it and put it out here.
Yeah.
Then we'll remember to do it.
Yeah, well, I have to remember to write it. All right, so we're going to start off tonight in our live segment as you have.
To remind you.
Oh, good Lord. In our live segment tonight, we're going to move on from that. We're talking about the subtle moments that make you tilt your head and think, wait, what? A fiance banning a harmless word, a work husband who wasn't just a joke, a boyfriend threatening a breakup over hair dye, a manager who might actually need a wellness check, dating questions, workplace red flags, and whether wanting a serious relationship in your early 20s is somehow a disadvantage now. This segment is about trusting your instincts, even when the situation feels small, silly, or socially complicated. And yeah, these days are really socially complicated, aren't they?
Unfortunately.
Even though they're not really any more socially complicated than they used to be, it just feels more. We used to have to go to the moose clubs and all these things and deal with all those social interactions. And now it's people you don't even know on the internet that's your social interactions. I mean, a couple of them will become your friends. But still.
I'm trying to think. It's just family. On Facebook for me.
Well,
a
couple of my sons, literally, I used to listen to these kids as kids yell at each other on the internet playing video games. And a couple of them came to his wedding.
Oh.
I mean, across the country. They came far.
What?
So.
That's very cool.
So, yeah. But in a sense, a lot of these social connections these days are, they're, like I say, they're not real because they're very real, but
I was thinking,
they're not as intimate, shall we say.
I was thinking social media.
Yeah. But, most of those people
But
you
that's
don't
not
actually.
social media. That's gaming. That's a world unto itself.
Well, it serves the same. Back in the day, it served the same purpose.
Mm.
Yeah. So, all right. What do we got starting with tonight?
Okay. This one. My fiance doesn't want me using a specific word. In her family, they always say, when they're excusing themselves, instead of just saying, excuse me, I'll be right back. See, I gotta go pee.
Yeah.
He goes ballistic.
Why do this? I have to go use the loo. Are they one of those like the prim and proper king and queen things?
Kind of thing.
I don't know. It seems a silly hill to die on either way, doesn't it?
It does. But if you're fighting about this kind of stuff already, your fiance?
Yeah.
When did he start this crap? Obviously, just recently.
Well, it's hard to know if it's. I don't want to call it necessarily crap. That's what families do, and until you experience something different, how do you know?
She just does it with him.
Well, if she just does it with him, then she does it. Why can't she just do it her normal way? I'm saying it's a goofy, regardless of what side of the song. It's a goofy hill to die on.
It is.
Yeah.
I know.
So I don't have much sympathy.
I think there's a foreboding. I get a sense of foreboding here. These people have a long way to go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's 30, he's 28. For the rest of us out here, the thing we can learn from this is pick your battles. Is this really, is someone's cultural habits of the way they express something like that really the thing that's gonna? Yeah, I get it. Your mother and grandmother drove into your head to not say that for whatever reason they had, because that was their cultural upbringing.
Yeah.
But everybody has their sayings and their ways about them, and not all families feel the need to.
Oh, it's kind of cutesy. I gotta go pee.
Yeah.
It's cute. She looks at it. It's kind of like a cutesy thing.
Okay, well, the world isn't going to interpret that as cutesy. Sorry.
She's just being silly.
Well, being silly and being cutesy are two different things.
Well, she's being cutesy.
No, that's not. It's like a joke. The thing about that, it has to be funny. And to be cutesy, it actually has to be kind of cute. Or at least you have to be able to pull it off as cute. Some people can, some people can't.
Well, 5-year-olds can.
Yeah, well, they're not trying. They're just being 5-year-olds. So, anyway, it's just a silly hill to die on, especially if you're just trying to be cute. Well, stop trying to be cute when you're excusing yourself.
Oh, man.
It's hardly a hill to die on. I mean, maybe it's a red flag or a yellow flag or something of that nature, but I don't know. It's a silly hill to die on. It's just a silly hill, frankly, but that's the whole other issue. But anyway, trying to be cutesy is like art, man. You don't get to tell the people how they interpret it. You can tell them how you meant it, but they're going to tell you how it comes across. It's going to be might be different. And who's right? So.
Well, no one's right here.
Exactly. Okay. What's next?
Okay. My friend's work husband wasn't just a joke. She caught her friend holding hands with her work husband. It's his work husband.
Wait, with his work.
Her friend. She's dating. Okay, this guy she's dating.
Yes.
Said he had a work husband. She thought he was kidding.
Okay.
So she surprised him at work. She walked up. They were standing in the parking lot, and he was holding hands with his coworker, the dude, his work husband.
Okay.
So she left.
Well, you could have caught a flash of anything, frankly, if that's why you left. I mean, now I can't tell what kind of holding hands it may have been. So maybe it was a more intimate holding hands, but not all holding hands are necessarily intimate. You don't know. This dude could have had a big cut on his hand and he was, holding the pressure on it. These things happen. I had to do that. You're sitting there, if someone from across a parking lot looked at you, they'd think he was holding his hand, but you're not. You're really holding a thing onto his hand. So, while you're waiting for people to get the first aid kit the fuck over here. That's, and if you left before you saw all that and you're across the parking lot, that's what you saw. Now, I'm not saying that's what she did or didn't see. Mm-hmm. This whole work husband, work wife stuff is silly childhood games. What are you in school still? So, frankly, that's the bigger red flag. The fact that you're still playing these childhood goofy games when you're supposedly a professional adult. That's the bigger red flag. Just saying.
It's entertaining to the office.
You're not there to be entertaining to the office.
I know, but I found it entertaining.
It's silly.
It was something to talk about.
It's distracting. As the person who has to run this office, stop it. You guys are annoying the crap out of me. Not only that, you're creating an HR problem. So leave me alone. Stop it. Last thing I need is more paperwork. People create enough paperwork for me. So, yeah, anyway.
You actually say that, don't you?
What? I do. I tell them I hate filling out insurance paperwork. So, if you guys get hurt, you're going to sit there with me. I'm not going to be the only one tortured.
That's honest.
It is. No one's gotten hurt since I've had to start doing the insurance paperwork. No, I don't know if no one's gotten hurt. No one's wanted to tell me. But it's effectively the same.
Same thing.
Okay. What's next?
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
She's 21.
Okay.
Her boyfriend said he'd break up with her if she dyed her hair.
Okay. Well, was she going to dye her hair blue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
She's 21.
You two ain't going to match anyway.
Yeah, he's 25. You're 21. This is how you find out.
Well, the problem is the women with blue hair, and if she's got a nose ring, you got two of the three red flags just right from the start. Something about blue hair girls with nose rings. And then if she's got a bunch of tattoos, you just let her pass on by.
That is prejudice.
Sure it is. But it's a prejudice based upon, they call it the nose ring theory, but it really takes all three. And it's not just one tattoo, one or two, tattoos. We're talking a bunch of tattoos.
A couple on the face.
Yeah. You kind of going where, have you gone overboard, when you start asking that kind of. So it takes all three. It takes all three to create that, right? Mm. Now you can see someone's on their way to it, but they've gone overboard for whatever reason. It's like a walking red flag of mental illness. You just don't want to mess with it. Now, it's not universal. Of course not. But when you're talking percentages, we'll go on to someone more normal. So that's what her boyfriend is telling her. She's becoming a walking red flag, and he just don't want to deal with it. Which is fine. It's great. You're not meant for each other.
Where is this written?
It's one of the unwritten rules. Just like all your guys' red flags, right? Men are starting to get their own. But it's based from experience. It's not based from out of nowhere. Those are the little communist girls, right? Except they're not. You don't even know what it is. It's just cool these days. They're just trying to be different like everybody else.
Yeah.
The problem is most people go through that when they're younger, and these girls are going through it when they're in their 20s instead of their teens.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. So that's the real problem. They'll be all right when they get older.
They will.
It's just they got to go through this, and he's just going, I don't want to go through this. His last girlfriend probably did the same thing. And so he's, oh, Jesus, why did I do this again? Which means this next one's going to be an older woman who's probably already gotten divorced. He's 25, he's going to find a 35 to 40-year-old. It's going to be his next. Right? Just saying.
I hear that on the internet all the time. Older women are more mature. These young girls are just so fickle, flighty.
Yeah. Well, just think of how bad young women have to be to chase young men off to 10, 15-year-old older women.
I know.
So, now, we used to call these older women cougars who would come chase these 35, 40.
You don't have to anymore. You just sit there.
Yeah. I don't want to deal with these blue-haired, septum-pierced, crazy people. So
I think they just need a brownie and some milk. Just sit down and just tell me about it.
Well, we're already off topic. Sadly, they've been raised to be victims. And right when you're raised to be victims, you end up with a kind of a holier-than-thou attitude. You have moral authority being a victim, which is why it's so attractive. And next thing you know, you think you can tell the world how to run the world.
Okay, you're right. So what?
When quite frankly, you can't run your own life. And then you think you could tell the world how it should run. It's like,
that's why we have voting.
yeah. But I'm just telling you.
You get to vote. Register to vote. Did you vote?
I didn't last time. There was nothing to vote for.
Not you. I'm talking about these kids.
Most the ones who care do, but they're also the crazy ones that you don't want voting. So, hey man, everybody should have the right to vote. It doesn't mean I think everybody should vote. I don't think the lazy should necessarily. I don't think we should necessarily make it overly easy for the lazy to vote. Don't think we should make it overly hard. I'm just saying we don't need to make voting a month-long process.
It has to be free, whatever it is.
Sure. I'm just saying the month-long voting.
You can go down to DMV and just boom.
Yeah, there's lots of ways to do it without, making it too easy. You have to make someone get off the couch to vote. I'm just sorry unless they're disabled. Then you got it for disabled people. You can get them a different.
You don't have a choice. Here.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I don't think the lazy should vote, but everybody should have every right to vote. It's just how do you exercise that is a question. All right.
Okay, next one is a work question.
We went way off the rails.
Yeah, we did. He's very concerned. Is it appropriate to call a wellness check on my manager? The manager is missing.
Yeah.
But you get a hold of HR. That's what HR is for.
Well, it depends. They may not have an HR. It may, who knows what they're working for. But yes, it's okay to call a wellness check on any person you're concerned about that has been missing for 24, 48 hours or something. I mean, they're adult. They're allowed to go missing. But at the same time, you're allowed to be concerned. So, it's probably not a 911 call, but
I know when they come up missing from work, they don't even call in sick. Then
yeah, and it's more than a day.
Let's go. Yeah, more than one. We're going on day 3.
Yeah, you call the person above, but I don't know if you even know who to call at that. If you're just a regular worker, how do you know who to call? So. But maybe your manager actually is on vacation and you just don't know. So That's another
Oh,
thing.
that's another one. Yeah.
So first, find out he's not on vacation, and if he's genuinely missing, it's not worth. I mean, it's worth a wellness check. No harm, no foul, right? So, someone knows where he lives. Drive over and knock on the door. Okay, what's next?
Okay. Is asking him to hang out at my house after our third date okay or weird? She's new to dating.
Well, are other people at your house?
No.
After the third date, you probably don't, because it's probably going to send messages you don't necessarily want to send.
Traditionally, in my day, the third date was when things started getting intimate.
Yeah, you don't want to push that faster than...
Yeah. Then
you don't wanna-
you're both ready.
Yeah, you just don't want to accidentally, push yourself faster, unless, of course, that's what you're looking for.
And that's what you want.
Yeah. But I would suggest, it's okay to be slow. So
It is okay to be slow.
now I also get the thing that, hey, it's a third date. I just kind of want to hang out. And, I've got a cool house
In private,
with a pool room or something. And,
yeah.
and a home theater. And yeah, but it can send unintentional messages.
It can.
And especially from someone who's looking for the best possible signs, right? They're looking through everything through colored glasses. They're going to take the best interpretation of all the signs that they're being given for them. If you get one of those, you can get the person who so lacks confidence that he's not even believing you're going over some trick or something. So he's not nothing to worry about. But if you get someone who's confident and he's interpreting the sign that, oh, she wants me to go over her house. Oh, it's a hot date night tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay.
So
if you're looking for someone who's kind and gentle, then you may consider, and you could tell them specifically what you want to do. Do you want to come play video games with me? He's going to be all in.
yeah, well, depending upon, but I don't know. I would wait a couple dates at least would be my suggestion, but whoever thought I'd be
Well, that's for
old-fashioned.
future reference, but it sounds like you ain't ready, hun.
Well, she might be.
But it's not weird.
Yeah.
Not weird.
No, it's not overly weird.
It's not weird.
I'd just be careful in what signs you're sending. Intentional or not, and unintentional.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. What is a workplace red flag you noticed way too late?
Well, it's hard to know because most red flags I notice early on. The red flags are generally relatively easy to see. It's not, for me, the red flags haven't been when I started someplace. It's something happens, place gets sold, and new ownership comes in, and then things change. So is that a red flag? Well, no. I mean, I suppose. No, I can't really think of none off the top of my head. I haven't worked for too many.
I ignored the things they would fire other people for,
Yeah.
thinking, oh, they won't do that to me.
No, I always knew. I forgot. Someone must have told me when I was a kid, and I took it to heart. I always knew that jobs are just jobs. They didn't care about you any more than you care about them. Right? So.
Now, that's good advice.
Yeah. So I can't think of anything, but anything cultural, right? I guess if you're gonna, because it's hard to know, because guys will down talk, welcome to hell, that kind of thing, even when they don't mean it. It's just the job's tough, and it's not necessarily a red flag for the job to be difficult and hard work. Is that a red flag? Well, no, not if they treat you well. Your paychecks don't bounce, and all that kind of normal stuff. So I don't know, just if the whole workforce is actually genuinely unhappy, not griping because it's hot outside and then the work is tough today. I'm talking genuinely unhappy.
Genuinely?
Yeah, but how do you notice that early on?
I know.
So.
Until you get to know people.
No. So my suggestion is be better at interviewing them. When you do an interview, you go into that interview, because this is what I do, which is how I probably avoid the bad places to work. This is probably why I haven't experienced this very much, is I'm interviewing them. They need me more than I need them. So I'm interviewing them. See if I'm willing to work there. Not if they're willing to hire me. That's the attitude I go into an interview with. Mm-hmm. It's like I'm playing with house money, right? And I think it self-filters.
Self-filters? Yeah, they do.
Yeah. They're not going to hire me. I'm going to be too much trouble.
But you can also put that acumen to the tasks at hand.
Yes, if they
to work for them.
If they need a cultural change, then yes, I'm the perfect person to hire, because I'm going to be what I'm going to be. And if you want that type of culture, then great, you hire me for that role, and we can create that. And I'm not even going to say through force of will. I just don't. It's what you hired me for. It's what I'm going to do. So.
You just nice your way into it. I know you. You provide support.
You do people favors, they do favors for you. That's how it works.
Yeah.
And if they don't do the favor back, well, then you've got a bunch of people who owe you favors. It's like the mob, man. What are you talking about? Okay, what's next?
Okay, this is the last life question. Is wanting a serious relationship actually a disadvantage now? He's in his early 20s.
I'm telling you, these early 20s, they got everything all messed up, right? Mm-hmm. The benefit of it depends what you want in life.
It does.
If you are chasing your career goals, now, and depending upon what your partner wants in life, if you're chasing your career goals but still want a family, then you need a partner.
Yeah.
Someone to take care of the family and whatnot. Now, if you don't have that, then a partner is actually I don't want to say a drag on you, but it's an extra weight to carry, an extra thing to think about. And so if you really wanted to focus on, like, say, a high-powered lawyer career, you don't got time for that. You're working 12, 16-hour days. Where you fit in that relationship in? I mean, you're just going to create a failed relationship. So, in that sense, yes, it is a disadvantage. The real disadvantage of any relationship is when they go wrong and they distract from your rest of your life. But it's a risk worth taking. Personally, I think you should get into serious relationships in your early 20s, because that is what forces you to mature and makes you a competent 30-year-old. You have to become a better you in order to have a successful, serious relationship, which makes you, guess what? Makes you a better you. Imagine how that works. Now, there's plenty of ways to mature, but...
You mean it's not about getting your own way?
No. Well, or extending the length of what it means to get your own way. What do you really want?
What do you really want?
Yeah.
If you really want the relationship, there are compromises involved.
Yeah. Now, if you really
Are
want,
you willing to compromise, or are you going to die on the first tail that comes along?
yeah, or do you want to play Call of Duty for 4 hours every day?
Yeah, that's going to go over well.
I'm just saying, but you can do what you want, but everything has some price to pay. Mm-hmm. Everything has a cost. Sometimes you don't know what that cost is because you don't know what you didn't go through. The road not taken cannot be judged.
Is that part of that forcing you to mature thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can still play Call of Duty for 4 hours a day if you want. Just make sure that's what you want. That's all I'm saying. Don't do it mindlessly. Next thing you know, you've wasted 4 years of your life, and you're going, well, I didn't really want that. Well, yeah, you did. You just chose it every day instead of a long-term thing. Instead of, I want to know how to make movies in 5 years. Well, you just spent 4 of it playing Call of Duty, and now you're not going to be able to make that goal. Right? That's, what do you really want? What's those priorities?
And no one is going to give it to you. You have to create it.
Yeah. There's no free lunch.
But
Every lunch has to be paid for by somebody at some time.
But I wouldn't say, the question was, is it a disadvantage? I wouldn't say it's a disadvantage. Is this your relationship type? In high school and stuff, were you like the serial monogamous kind of thing? That just may be your relationship type.
But as it also shows that dating has always been terrible, right?
Hated it.
Go back to the beginning of time.
I was never good at it.
I mean, you can write books about history. They write how bad dating was.
I know.
So it's not like it's any different now than it's ever been. But is it actually worse now? I mean, with all this, these young people have been brought up to feel like victims, and this is kind of what it leads to. If I'm in a relationship, am I a victim? Is it costing me more than I'm getting out of it?
Oh, God, don't keep a scorecard, but,
There's no...
you check in every now and then.
Well, there's actually no way to know. It's a leap of faith. It's like raising kids, which is why...
In the beginning, no, you don't know.
You have no idea.
No idea.
You have no idea. Your life could be worse if you took the other one. Might be better.
Might be better.
Might be worse. You never know. That path I didn't take. What would have happened to my life if I had taken that path? Nobody knows because you didn't take that path. It's impossible to say. If you'd have done that path, you may have been, I should have gone to university and studied for 4 years and, to be an architect, and I could have been an architect and retired by now. Or you could have gone to university, got hit by a bus, and you'd be in a coma for the next 10 years. You don't know. You wouldn't have gotten hit by a bus if you hadn't gone to university. Yeah, just because you wouldn't have been in that spot at that time. So, just saying. You never know the path you don't take, what would have happened. Could have been struck by lightning 3 times. You have no idea.
So life is just completely random.
No, it's not random. Not at all. One thing leads to another. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Okay. But the actions you didn't take cannot be judged because you didn't take it.
Okay. That's the bottom line there.
Yeah. You can imagine whatever you want. I imagine that the grass would be lush and green. Yeah, but you can imagine all you want. But through a crazy set of circumstances, the grass could have been dead So that's all I'm saying. So choose your path carefully and accept whatever path you've taken because it's the path you're on. You can only change going forward. You can't change the past, my friend. You can change how you interpret it, I guess, but you can't actually change the past. All right, we've gone off of the rails again. Life has a way of whispering before it shouts. If something feels off, it probably is. And if something feels tender, important, or worth protecting, that matters too. You're allowed to want clarity, respect, and emotional safety, even in the early chapters. From me and Levy, have a good night, and please remember to love everybody.